If you didn't tune into the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder boxing match, then what were you doing? There was so much hype and build up to this match, especially since there was pre-existing tension between the boxers. The match was nothing short of epic and has plenty of pro athletes commenting and tuning into the event. How did pro athletes and celebs react to the Fury defeat? Stay tuned to find out. How did pro athletes and celebs react to the Fury defeat over Wilder in Vegas? As you probably already are aware of now, Tyson Fury took down Deontay Wilder in an epic match this past weekend in Las Vegas. If you didn't tune in, you fans expected fireworks inside the T-Mobile Arena for the third bout between WBC and the ring heavyweight champion Tyson Fury and former champion Deontay Wilder. The bout ended in a draw in their first meeting in 2018, which took place at the Staples Center in Los Angeles after Wilder's coach threw in the towel. It was Fury who won with a 7th round TKO a little more than a year later. And it was Fury who won the 11th round TKO following an explosive 10 rounds of action in their Trilogy battle. Let's take a look at how the rest of the sporting world reacted to the entire Las Vegas night of action. Immediately after the bout, plenty of fellow boxers and pro athletes took to social media to share their support and thoughts. Alex Volkanovski, an Australian MMA fighter and also the current holder of the featherweight champion in UFC, tweeted out his support for Fury, writing, "What a farking fight. Congratulations, Tyson Fury." Daniel Cormier, a popular American MMA and UFC fighter, also shared his thoughts via social media, tweeting, "The Gypsy King. Tyson Fury is a beast, and boy, Wilder has nothing to be ashamed of. This was crazy. I am so happy I watched this fight. Brave fellas." While congratulating Fury, he also wanted Wilder to know that he still put up quite the match and he should be proud of himself regardless. This was the consensus from most people who tuned into the match. Although Fury was obviously the fan favorite, many still spoke highly of Wilder's performance despite his loss. What did Dustin Poirier have to say? What about Tyson Fury himself? Additionally, Dustin Poirier, the MMA UFC fighter who recently came out victorious over the legendary yet controversial Conor McGregor, shared his thoughts following the fight, tweeting out, "Deontay has been saying a legacy dies when the fighter dies. I don't believe this. It's incorrect." Famous rapper Lil Wayne, I know you've all heard of him, also shared his support for Fury, tweeting out, "The F is for Fury." Along with Lil Wayne, Dez Bryant, an American football wide receiver who's very well known in the NFL world, tweeted out, "Once upon a time, Fury was out on his last leg dealing with life, came back bigger, stronger mentally. It's hard to beat somebody like that, true to himself. Gypsy ready to go up against anything in front of them. I respect it." Additionally, Tyson Fury himself tweeted out a message to the world following the bout, writing, "Don't ever doubt me. When the chips are down, I always deliver." And that he definitely did. Alan Jobon, a now retired American MMA fighter, tweeted out, "How tough is Wilder though? Was knocked out? Yes. But to be wobbled that many times before the end and still be on his feet? Impressive." We can't argue with that point regardless of who won and who lost. It was an epic match to watch against two very talented boxers. Lennox Claudius Lewis, who competed as a professional boxer from 1989 to 2003, is a 3-time world heavyweight champion, 2-time lineal champion, and the last heavyweight to hold the title unchallenged. Lewis, a legend in the field, also commented on the match, tweeting out, "This Wilder versus Fury judging takes me back to my first fight with Evander Holyfield. Just goes to show how hard it is for a Brit to come to America, take someone else's belt, even though that's what we clearly saw. Big up to Tyson Fury, who never ceases to amaze me. Hold your head high." Eve Edwards, a Bohemian MMA fighter, also shared his thoughts following the bout, writing, "Seriously though, would Tyson Fury have gotten up from that 12th round knockdown if he wasn't the Gypsy King? We can't argue with that. There is something about Fury that always amazes viewers and fans around the globe. He can take so many hits and beatdowns but still come out on top. Sign of a truly strong physical and mental boxer. Although we respect both boxers, the best man definitely won the match, and that was shown through his epic performance." What's the history with Wilder and Fury? We're diving into this and more about the Fury and Wilder fight, so don't go anywhere. A lowdown on the Fury versus Wilder fight. Tyson Fury finally put an end to his legendary heavyweight rivalry with Deontay Wilder with one final valedictory punch after 3 fights containing 9 knockdowns in a variety of spectacular events. Fury got up again in the 4th round and stopped Wilder with a stunning right hand in the 11th round to retain his WBC gold in a dramatic climax to a fantastic boxing trilogy on Saturday night. Fury 31-0-1, 22 KOs, defeated Wilder for the second time in 3 fights, but only after a back-and-forth battle that saw both men knocked down 5 times and appear to be on the verge of defeat. After a chopping right hook from high in the air by the 6'9" Fury, Wilder wound up face down on the canvas at 110 in the 11th round. Such a nail-biting moment in the match, we could not look away from our TV screens. Wilder, 42-2-1, was brutally knocked down in the round 3 and thought to be on his way out, but he came back to knock Fury down twice in the 4th round. The British champion was rattled, but he gathered himself and continued fighting. Midway through the 10th round, Fury knocked Wilder down again with a concussive right hand, but Wilder rebounded and even stunned Fury in the last seconds of the round. After the referee rushed in to wave things off in the 11th round, Fury hopped into the ropes in a tired celebration in front of a raucous crowd of 15,820 at T-Mobile Arena on the Las Vegas Strip. In keeping with his post-fight custom of serenading his crowds, Fury then broke into a performance of Walking in Memphis. This was a fantastic battle to watch between two excellent boxers. No one can disagree that this was a thrilling match to witness, regardless of who you supported. Wilder took a lot of pounding and looked exhausted for much of the fight, but the seasoned American champion proved his toughness by firing power shots on tired legs. Fury landed 150 punches to 72 for Wilder, with 52 of them coming in the final 3 rounds alone. The battle most certainly put an end to one of the most iconic rivalries in modern boxing history, a trilogy marked by 2 incredible exhibitions of pugilistic perseverance. The feud, done now, done for good, according to Fury. What's the history with Wilder and Fury? They first met in late 2018 in downtown Los Angeles, when Wilder knocked Fury out twice in the final rounds of a superb bout that Fury had otherwise controlled. Fury was knocked down for the second time in the 12th round, and he lay motionless while Wilder celebrated, but he somehow rose and made it to the bell in a split draw. Fury's superiority was considerably obvious in the second fight, which took place in February 2020 in Las Vegas. Fury pounded Wilder until the 7th round, when Wilder's corner surrendered to a one-sided victory, and Fury took Wilder's WBC title. Wilder was somehow tougher in their climatic 3rd fight, and he came close to defeating Fury several times. The battle was a loss for Wilder, but it demonstrated his tremendous toughness, as well as his drive to get a 3rd fight despite the one-sided character of their last encounter. After Fury attempted to negotiate a rematch with fellow British heavyweight Anthony Joshua, Wilder used the rematch provision in his contract to reclaim his title, and an arbitrator decided in his favor. Fury reluctantly agreed to finish the trilogy, but made it obvious that he expected to have to stop Wilder once more. It happened, but only after far more turmoil than Fury had anticipated. After the match, Fury claimed, "I defeated him 3 times. I'm a sports person, and I wanted to show him some love and respect, but he refused to reciprocate. That is his problem." It's clear that although they both make for such a great boxing match, this will more than likely be the last time they'll be together inside the ring. And there you have it, everything you need to know about what the pro athletes are saying about the insanely entertaining boxing match between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. There was an overwhelming amount of well-known, popular athletes who tuned into the event and commented on the boxers. So much so that we could barely fit a handful in. That just shows how much anticipation there was around this match. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Who were you rooting for? Do you think they'll ever meet in the ring again? Who's the better fighter in your opinion? Let us know. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.